Alright, gamers, here we are. We have got a 12th anniversary and beyond November dev letter that came out yesterday. There's some things that are good in here, there's some things I find problematic, and I'm just going to do a quick rundown of all of it here. So basically, they're starting by fluffing themselves about what they've done. Sunderer rework, yeah, we know all about the Sunderer rework, and what a major pain in the ass that was, and it took months and months and months to make common sense balance changes to it. Uh, okay, directives don't really care. Memberships don't really care. Cheaters and server improvements. I guess they've made some. I don't even know. As of this past week, there were people logging in and shitting all over the server, so don't really know how much has changed there. Um, Server improvements. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm sure. Server merges. They talk about the European server merge and how they were excited to see what happened there. So, if you didn't know, Emerald and or Miller and Cobalt merged together, and it's been pretty active, as you would imagine, as you took two separate servers that had still players left playing it, and you put them together, and wow, you've artificially increased the player count on your server, and the game feels more alive, as it should. So good job. Now I've made a couple videos now, I've talked about this in a couple videos. Um, the North American server merge, and they state here, um, we now turn our focus to the North American servers. While we hear your requests loud and clear, this one is a bit more complex. This is a point I've made. We need to account for the challenges of ping and geographical differences since the NA servers serve players from many regions. Now, there's something I want to say on that, and I've mentioned before, is um, I don't care about many regions. I'm a North American player, and I play on a North American server. I play on the server that I'm supposed to play on. For all you fucking foreigners who connect to Connery and Emerald, and you don't connect to servers that are closer to you, and realistically, if you don't have a server close enough to you, I really don't care. That's not my problem. You should have played on the servers that you had before. Not my fucking problem, and you're not going to make it my problem. You've already kind of made it my problem in the fact that you bring your latency feces, and for some reason, in the foreigner mind, just having an internet connection makes it morally okay for them to degrade and deteriorate the play experience of everyone who's playing in their native region on their native server. And that's totally okay for them. Um, and to say that it's only purely disadvantageous to play this game with packet loss and high latency is complete bullshit. And it's been bullshit for 10 years. If it was totally a net downside for you to play with awful packet loss and bad latency, then I'm not really sure why people would continue to log in and play the game with clumsy and net limiter. What exactly would be the advantage of using network traffic manipulation software if there wasn't something to be gained there? Are all these players that use that just stupid, or have they been fooled to think that it's doing something when it's not? Anyone who anyone who specifically makes the statement that outright just having higher latency in this game is a huge downside, or it prevents them from playing the game, or it doesn't give them an advantage in some situations, uh, or is somehow overall a net negative, you have to ask them that question. Ask them why for 10 years people have been running net limiter and clumsy. Ask them why that's the case. Also, as someone who's played the game, when I was stationed overseas, when I played the game with bad ping, it made absolutely no difference for me individually. So for the people that say that latency and ping and packet loss is always a downside and gives you no tangible benefit in this game, you are either completely fucking ignorant or you are totally naive and have no idea how this game is networked. And this game isn't necessarily networked the same way as a lot of other games are. Whereas a lot of other games, if you have a high ping, it's instantly detrimental to what you're trying to do in the game, especially in an FPS scenario. This game, not quite the case. And if you don't understand that, or you haven't figured that out yet, or you're still sticking, if you're a person who plays on high ping and you're just shitty or bad at the game, it's not your ping. It's not your latency, and it's not your ping as to why you're shit at the game. That's 100% cope. It always has been cope, and it always will be cope. You're just coping because you're not very good. And even if you were on a regular, even if you actually played on a server you were supposed to play on and had 0 to 40 or 50 ping, you would be the same exact player. Okay, except you wouldn't get sometimes the benefits of playing on a shit connection like this game gives you. With all that out of the way, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about the NA servers serving players from many regions. Australians, I don't care about you. I don't want you on Emerald. I don't want you playing on my server. Fuck off. Go away. Play in an Asian server. You shouldn't be playing here. That goes for all you guys in the Pacific. You shouldn't be playing here. Western Europeans, if you play on Emerald, cool. Your ping isn't that bad. That's fine. But all you guys that are connecting to the North American servers from 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 plus miles away from those servers, I don't give a fuck about you, and I don't think the game should give a fuck about you either. Now, I know that that's probably controversial. I know there's probably some people that follow my channel and watch my videos, but I've always been crystal fucking clear on this. If you're a foreigner connecting to fucking servers with poor and bad connection, you shouldn't be allowed to play on those servers, because the shit that you do to the gameplay of the game, you degrade the gameplay experience for everyone you interact with who's actually playing on their home servers. If you don't have a home server, not my fucking problem, okay? And you're not going to make it my problem, all right? You need to figure it out and say, oh, there's no place for me to play in this game. Quit. Go away. Find some other fucking game to play that has servers in your region. Because you're not healthy for this game, and most of you are complete and total shitbags anyway. And you're logging into your 330 ping account to sit in fucking 96 plus against 12 people and blob down a map. So yeah, fuck off. I don't care. This whole stupid shit about trying to put the North American server in a centralized location, no. You need to merge Connery into Emerald. It needs to be in Ashburn. And to be fair, if it was in which the server for West Coast is, it's not in San Diego, it's in Las Vegas. If you made it in Las Vegas, I wouldn't care. I don't really have a horse in this race. I live 90 miles from the East Coast server now. I don't really play the game all that much. It's not, and I've played on all different kind of pings. It doesn't make a difference to me. So I don't, this isn't a selfish thing. This isn't a, if the server was magically put in Las Vegas to try to cope and attract the 100 fucking losers who can't connect to servers closer to their own region, whatever. But going out of your way to make that a thing, make that be a thing for the North American servers. I don't remember you guys ever having to think about that or do that for the fucking European servers. So I don't know. How would you guys like if your servers in the Netherlands were moved to fucking Moscow to better serve, to be more centrally located, so the third world could better connect to your server? You wouldn't like it either. So yeah, I don't like it. Leave the fucking server alone. Merge Connery into Emerald at the Ashburn location. And if you have a problem with that, if you're already playing from Asia or South America won't really affect you. If you're already playing from Asia or the West Coast to Emerald, then these people don't care. If you're actually a North American, if you're actually in the United States or Canada and you're playing and connecting to Emerald already, yeah, it's gonna be the same. This is for foreigners who shouldn't even be fucking playing on North American servers. Okay, I guess Brazilians I give kind of a pass, even though they shouldn't really be playing here either, but they've always been here, and other regions and other players have not always been here, or they have Connery to go to, but you guys let Connery die. Connery has been playable for the last I don't know, year and a half, but you won't go back to it and you won't play it. So that's on you, not my fault. Seems weird about all the Asia Pacific fucking servers is that you guys don't want to play on your own servers. You all want to play on U.S. East Coast, and quite frankly, I'm fucking tired of it. I'm sick of it, and I don't think we should be catering to these people at all. So that's my thing on that. Oh, they're gonna host a 2KD Resonate for all you retards who are super mad that they didn't have a 2KD Resonate throwing fest for your gay little fanboys to log in and waste your fucking lives and time trying to change the server name. I guess they're gonna have that for both servers now. Congratulations, you got that. Have fun pressing G and thinking that you're even remotely competent or good at the game. New content for 2025: Assault Facility Mode. I don't know how many bases this is gonna be at. So if it's a pretty limited rollout, then I don't know how many bases you can actually do this with. I like the concept of it. Pretty interesting. It needs to be. I'd love to see a playtest. I'd love to see it rolled out and tested in a few places and see what actual players have to say about it. I don't really care about what Zergfits or shitters have to say about it. Don't really matter. Big one here. They're planning to do an Infiltrator rework. I did a video about 10 months ago now on, this is about a 40-plus minute video, I think, about what I would want to see in an Infiltrator rework. You can go back and watch that video. There's some problematic language in here, I think. They will still have cloaks and won't appear permanently invisible, okay, as well as the rebalancing of existing features, which I don't know what that means. We will also be upgrading and adding a couple more features to the class. Okay, no. The class doesn't need any upgrades, and it doesn't need more features. It's a bloated, power-crept, overpowered class as it is. It needs stuff black and white strictly nerfed and taken away from it. Period. There doesn't need to be this apology buffing shit that we saw with Rel at the end of his sad, pathetic reign on the game. There doesn't need to be an apology buff for nerfing shit that just needs to be nerfed. Yeah, you certainly never saw that with any heavy assault type stuff. That was always just, oh, nerf, 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 nerf. And there's actually people like, another Infiltrator nerf? If you see someone say that, you have to ask them to type out systematically all of the Infiltrator nerfs that have taken place in the last 10 years. Go for it. If they even respond, it'll be pretty funny to see what they actually type out. So for the Infiltrator rework, no, the Infiltrator doesn't need new features. It doesn't need anything new. It needs to be scaled back and probably nerfed by a good, I don't know, 25 to 30%. As long as the class still makes shitty, non-relevant players relevant, it will always be problematic. And there's something, just having an invisible class in the game will always be something that's problematic, and we'll never get away from that. This conversation could go, I've already spoken about this at length, and yeah, I don't like the language here. It doesn't need any upgrades anywhere. It doesn't need any more features. It has the most overpowered toolkit in the game of any class. All those tools in the toolkit need to be nerfed. We need someone with a realistic point of view here, and someone who is not a complete and total shitter giving feedback to the Infiltrator rework. So that's my piece on that. This abomination monstrosity of a fucking vehicle or something that they're going to put in the game, I really don't care. It'll probably be overpowered and need to be nerfed immediately. So when it does come to the game, I'd rather see it come into the game underpowered or just a piece of shit and then buffed afterwards. Fishing, I don't give a fuck. This is the biggest waste of time in the game. So there you have it. There's a brief synopsis of what I read from these new notes, and yeah, other than that, not much else to talk about. I don't know how much content or anything we'll see towards the end of the year, if anything. All they keep doing is just releasing more bundles and shit. So yeah, not much else to talk about.